Hey you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel. And today we are here to discuss Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the World, Season 2, Episode 4. So before we get started, you probably already heard her voice, but our friend here is a little under the weather, and her voice is holding on for dear life.
And
But
I've been in denial.
But she says she's gonna push through for this review. So if we're moving a little faster than normal, that's why we only got a few good minutes with her voice. So we want to make sure all is good and well for you. So before we get into this review, I want to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We have a goal of 1,000 subscribers, the big 1,000. And honey, I've been seeing those numbers go up. So I see y'all hitting the little button. So I thank y'all for those who have, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that red button, honey. We're a hoot and a holler, okay? Make sure you hit that bell notification so you never miss a video when we upload. So, I have a bold statement about Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the world. And I want to see if you agree with this.
Okay.
I am going to say Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the World, Season 2 is probably one of the better seasons we've gotten out of the year so far. Like, I don't want to say the best, but I'm starting to think it might be the best because we had yet again another amazing episode.
Yeah.
And see, I didn't expect that from Canada versus the World. But like we said a few weeks ago, I truly believe like they cast it based off of who was going to give us good TV.
Right.
And I'm
That's
like,
why it takes so long.
that's why I'm kind of sad that we're already like halfway through it. I'm like, but I like this cast. Even this show got me like in Eureka a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. Got me, let me say, tolerating Eureka.
That's a better word.
They got me tolerating Eureka, and I actually kind of felt sad a little bit, just a little bit. This episode, just a smidget.
Yeah, like you did.
Yeah, just a smidget. It
Just
was,
a little bit.
yeah. I was like, oh, hmm, hmm,
Oh,
oh.
poor little Ting Ting.
I know, poor little Ting Ting. Oh, but yeah, I'm gearing up to say we got to see how the season ends. But this could possibly be the best season we've gotten in 2024. I know our yearly review comes at the end of the year, but so far, it's looking pretty good for Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the World, Season 2. So, let's go ahead and get into this episode. So we start off the episode after Tainomi's elimination. They come in, and Tainomi basically said, Canada, you better win. And honestly,
Good.
after this episode, there's only two people I can truly see taking this crown.
Mm.
There's only two that I could possibly see, and one's a Canadian, so there's a good chance. So she reads the message. This was Lemon and Fierce Alicia's face. After they read that, like, oop. And Fierce, I'm finna rain so much praise on you here in a minute. But yeah, she wipes away the message. They congratulate Cheryl for winning.
Mm-hmm.
I almost fell over from laughter when Kennedy called Cheryl a pointer sister. She was like, it was still good.
You know?
Listen, I enjoy a good pointer sister, okay? But it's not too obvious that she's a pointer sister. Kind of like Madame LaQueer on season 4 of Drag Race. When she went against Milan in that green dress and she was all... Now that is what I think of with a pointer sister, because that's all she was doing was this. At least Cheryl was working the stage, you know.
Hey.
But yeah, that chuckled. Alexis pretty much, well, she told the room that she saved Kennedy because she had a win. But then she told us that she saved Kennedy because that's her friend.
Of course.
Of course. Honestly, like I said this last week, even if Kennedy had the worst track record, she was still going to save Kennedy. Like, what do you think this is? So it's the next day in the workroom. They come in. They congratulate Alexis on her win. The alarm goes off, and RuPaul gives this week room mail. Brad comes into the workroom, and it is now time for the mini challenge. Lip sync or swim or something like that, whatever they called it. They had 15 minutes to get into quick drag.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, they just had to lip sync to Give Them What They Want by RuPaul while things were being thrown at them.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. It was a fun little lip sync mini challenge. What did you think?
It was cute. I liked it. I actually enjoyed myself. I chuckled a little bit.
And I didn't realize. Go ahead, honey.
I was really proud of Fierce. I was like, oh, I didn't know she could move like that.
Listen, I was proud of Fierce and myself because I didn't realize how much of that song I actually knew.
Oh, look at you.
They want to see you let it out. They want to see you go off. I was just sitting there going along. I'm like, wait a minute. I know the words to this. See, that's RuPaul does it to us. We hear these songs so much on all these franchises. They get stuck in your head. But RuPaul makes good music. I don't care what nobody says. If RuPaul's music was given to someone else, most of RuPaul's songs probably would have topped the charts.
Mm-hmm.
Especially ASMR Lover.
Look.
If that was in some main pop girlie's hand, that would have went number one. That would have went number one. But yes, this was cute.
I could have saw, like, thinking of music being in somebody else's hands. Like, my favorite, like, Sierra song is not a very popular song. It's Click Click Flash from Sex and the City, the movie. And I'm like, that should have been a hit. That should have been a banger. There should have been a video. But I bet you if RuPaul had it, Click Click Flash would have been, like, in the club. Like, what?
Yeah, there's quite a few songs that I feel like would have been bigger hits. But then I also feel like there are certain songs that would not have been hits if it would have went to who they initially wanted to give it to.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first couple songs that popped in my head, Irreplaceable. Neo initially wanted Carrie Underwood or Shania Twain to record that song because he saw it as a country. He saw it as a country record.
Mm-mm.
At first I used to say no.
Help me, you must not know help me.
But listen,
No.
yeah. And at first I was like that too. I'm like, there was no way that's gonna work as country. But then Sugarland did a cover on, like, I think the CMAs or something. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening. I'm like, oh, that would have worked. Now, would it have been as big as if Beyonce? No. But that would have worked. So I hear where Neo was going there.
You're everything. How about I be nothing to you?
And then another one that comes off to my head is Umbrella by Rihanna. That was initially given to Britney Spears and Mary J. Blige, and they both turned it down. Oh yeah, Umbrella was offered to Mary J. Blige. Yeah. Imagine if Mary would have said yes. Yeah, I have a hard time hearing it too. I have a hard time hearing it too. Mm-hmm.
Nah, that needed a softer touch.
Yeah. But yeah,
now, Brittany might have been able to turn it out.
Brittany, I feel like if Brittany would have kept it. Yeah, from my understanding, it didn't get directly to Brittany's hands. Like, it got to her team, and her team said no. But I believe it got to Mary's hands. I'm not sure if she recorded a demo or not, but I believe it actually got to Mary, and Mary said, no, I'm going to pass on this one. And I thank her for it, okay? So let's get back to this episode. After the challenge, Brad announces that the winner is Miss Fiercelicious, which I agree. Like, she was the only one that really knew the words to the song.
Facts. Because Kennedy was watermelon, watermelon, watermelon through that whole thing.
Alexis kept stopping the talk. I'm like, yeah, she don't know the words.
That part.
But yeah, but Fierce did a great job. So, Brad announces that this week's Maxi Challenge, the library is open. They're having a reading battle where two queens will go head to head. And I like this idea. I do miss that the reading is a mini challenge because, it's always been a mini challenge. But if you are going to incorporate it into a maxi challenge, I think this is a fun way to do it. Mm-hmm. Kind of like next week's challenge. I'm so intrigued by Snatch Game, the Rusical. Like,
right?
Are they going to have to still do a character in this Rusical? Like, well, what's the tea? What's the tea? I am intrigued. But yeah, so it is the reading battle.
Yeah, this turns out.
Mm-hmm. So because Fierce won, she gets to pick her opponent. She chose Lemon. So Lemon got to choose who gets to pick their opponent next. So she picked Cheryl. And Cheryl chose to go against Eureka. Which left Alexis and Kennedy to battle off by themselves. So they sat down with Brad and our special guest judge Samantha B, which I didn't know she was Canadian. Honestly, I didn't recognize her name until we got here. And I'm like, oh, her! Okay, I fucks with her. She's funny. I just didn't know her name was Samantha B. And then she was from Canada. She's from Canada.
Canadian, eh?
So they got to their little one-on-one time. And now it's time for the main stage. Now, I couldn't get a clear shot of Brooklyn until the end. So we're going to talk about the guest judges first. Then we'll talk about Brooklyn. So this week we were joined by Brad, Sarayan Fox, and our extra special guest judge, Samantha B. And now we have our hostess with the mostest, Brooklyn Heights. What do you think of Brooklyn Heights and your score?
I get like Reese's Pieces vibes. Like I look at this and I'm like, Elliot. But it's like it's a nice little vibe. I give it like a C.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever given Brooklyn one of these, but
it's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog. Baby, I remember seeing this. I saw they released this picture before the episode came out. I looked at that. I was like, oh, okay. I give her props for, taking a swing at something different. Because, a lot of people won't step outside their box. And this is outside her box. So, I won't say too much. But, yeah, it's a no for me, dog. We still love Brooklyn, though. We still love Brooklyn. So, these are queens. And I got to ask, who had your favorite runway this week? Because they didn't have individual runaways, which, come to find out, they did record an individual runway, but they cut it. And I'm trying to figure out what the category could have been for this. Circus?
Maybe.
Because it all gives very big top hat energy.
Greatest Showman?
Yeah, like it's along that line there, so. But anyway, who had your favorite look this week?
And why was it Alexis Mateo?
Oh, Alexis Mateo. Okay. My favorite look is actually Miss Fierce. Yeah, Miss Fierce did it for me here.
Although I will say, the hair hat is freaking awesome.
That's what pushed it over for me, the hair hat. The hair hat really pushed it over for me. But they all look great. None of them look bad this week. So, our first battle is between Miss Fierce-Delicious and Lemon. Now, they announced before the reading battles began that the winner of the reading battle will be put in the top, and the loser will automatically go to the bottom. Do you think that's a fair way to judge this type of challenge?
Well, I mean, because the only other thing they could have did was how they do the dance offs, but they wouldn't have had material prepared for whoever they may have gone against. So
Mm.
I guess yeah, it was as fair as it could be.
I like judging like this because we've seen it. I think with UK several times where they did like the design challenge. They're like you're either in the they'll team them up with somebody, and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you're either on top or bottom. I like that. It works for this. So we had Miss Fiercelicious and Lemon. What did you think of this reading battle, and who did you think won it?
I think Lemon won.
Mm-hmm.
Fierce could have had it, but she kind of, as much as she bragged about having a thicker skin, I think Lemon coming with the comebacks because she thought, oh, it's just gonna be I volleys, she volleys, yada yada yada. But when Lemon was like, oh, you have something to say about me, well, let me get this quick quip off before I actually say what I want to say. It kind of threw Fierce off because you could see her. She came out with so much confidence, and you can slowly see it
Oh,
start to
that
dwindle.
RuPaul joke she landed on on Lemon. Oh, honey,
Uh,
I almost fell off my couch cackling at that.
yeah, because she came out really, really strong, and it was just like as the time went on and Lemon kept coming back and coming back harder and coming back harder. It was like yours just kind of retreated into herself a little bit. And like I recognize that because I could do the same thing where I come out and I'm like, yeah, I got this, I got this. And as soon as something happens that I'm not prepared for, I just kind of am like, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
why I
know.
don't like to be too over prepared for things because there's always going to be a situation like that where something just doesn't go as planned. So, yeah, I agree with your assessment. I think Lemon did win this, but I can say this for everyone. Nobody really did bad.
No, nobody did bad.
Nobody did bad. Like, if there was a way, if there wasn't only 6 episodes, if they wanted to give us a seventh, this could have been a lovely non-elimination episode, and I wouldn't have said a word.
Right.
I would have been like, cool, makes sense. But somebody got to go to the house, honey. But yeah, I agree with your assessment. Fierce got in her head a little bit, but she still did good. Lemon did great. I agree with her winning. Moving on to round 2, we have Eureka and Cheryl. Now, I think they did a really good job as well. What tipped it over for Cheryl was the fact that Eureka couldn't recover from one of her jokes being stolen.
Right.
And for me, I would always have backup jokes.
Right.
So that, in a situation where my Fiona joke just got stolen, cool, that means I still have this one. So I can pop that into place and hopefully it won't throw me off too much. But I guess she didn't prepare anything other than what they were going to do. And when Cheryl hit her with that Tennessee joke and seeing she fucked all 8 of her cousins, I was like, yep, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
But
She had no rebuttal for that at all.
And I do think Cheryl won this read off.
Oh,
So
Cheryl.
yeah, so what did you think of this read off? And do you agree with the winner?
I agree with the winner. I agree with everything you said because I had the exact same assessment. I was just like, dang, she, and then she like had all that dead air, and like Cheryl had dead air, but she used it to her advantage, and she was like, I was just basking in the silence really quick 'cause she don't ever shut up, and then immediately was like,
Oh,
boom,
that
boom,
tickled me when she did that.
boom. And I was like, "Ooh, okay, okay, okay." And then Eureka was like, "Dang, you took my joke. I don't know what to do
Yeah,
now."
because at first Eureka was on it, but as soon as that joke was stolen, she was like, But I'll give it to her. She bounced back afterwards. She just needed a. But what was the joke that she? Didn't she crack a kidnapping joke or something like that? It didn't land. I forget what the joke was at the top of my head. But it
I
was like a
think it was,
really,
yeah, it was a kidnapping
it was
joke.
like a really dark joke that didn't land, and everybody's like,
Ooh.
"Girl, girl." But yeah, I agree with Cheryl winning. And then we move on to our final read off between Kennedy Davenport and Alexis Mateo. What did you think of this read off? And do you agree with the winner?
I felt like I was just like it was like getting in secret insights into like their actual friendship. Like the amount of shit talking, the amount of like the bitches that were thrown around, and it like they volleyed off of each other so well because it was just like, bitch, you did it, well, bitch, you did it, and it was like natural. And as much as there were thought out jokes, you would have thought that one, you were watching like a vaudeville show, and two, you'd have thought that they secretly got together and was like, okay, I'm gonna say this joke, and in response, you say this joke, and then you say this joke in response, and they just kind of went back and forth. And I was like, are they not gonna pick a winner? Are they both gonna be able to win? Because I couldn't tell who won on this one.
I think what pushed Kennedy over was not only was she going back and forth with Alexis, but while she was sitting over there and the other queens would try to read, she had something to
Right.
say then too.
Right. She had something. She had a comeback for everything. And then I was like, okay, so was the HUD shoe and the wig flying off, was that on purpose or was that on accident? And then she was like, no, I meant to do it. I just didn't mean for it to hang on my
Yeah,
seat.
it meant to hit the ground, not just hang there. But
But at
yeah,
the same time, like she just rolled with it, and the fact that she just had nothing to say about it afterwards and was just like, yeah, because da 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 da. I was like, okay, yeah, I agree with her winning.
yeah, I do too. I think both of them did an amazing job. But yeah, Kennedy got that for me. So after the lineup, we find out that Kennedy is the winner of this week's challenge. Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
I'm finna say it could have went either way. Like
yeah,
there
it
could have been
could.
arguments for Lemon, Cheryl, or her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
but I think what got the like I said a second ago, what I think really pushed her over was how she was interacting with everyone, not just Alexis.
right.
So I agree with this win. The first double winner of the season is her second one.
Hey.
And when there's only 5 competitive episodes and you don't won 2 of them, come on. Come on.
Okay.
Like I said, there's only 2 people I can see possibly taking this crown right now. Between her and
Mm-hmm.
Lemon are the only 2 I can really see right now. And honestly, I wouldn't
Yeah.
be mad at either or, but I would really love Kennedy to do it. You know, keep the tradition of an American coming up to versus the world and and winning it. Well, Canada, you know, in the UK, that's a different story. But Canada versus the world, we can keep the tradition of American coming up and taking the crown. But we find out that Eureka, Alexis Mateo, and Miss Fiercelicious are up for elimination. We already knew that. So they get back into Untucked. They congratulate Miss Kennedy on the win. And, you know, the bottom 3 are pleading their case so that, you know, to get Kennedy to use the Golden Beaver on them.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give Fierce some praise real quick. Because, baby, she was straight up like, she's like, I know I did great, but don't use the beaver on me.
Right.
You know, I need to show them judges how serious I am. Let me lip sync.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Well,
and I
I'm
love how
glad she
everybody
let
was
the
like,
petulance
yes.
go.
And like it wasn't even coming off as cocky. It was just coming in, it was coming in as she was confident in what she could do.
Right.
Like that's one thing, like she grew up so much in this one episode.
Right. Look,
I'm,
and Kennedy was so proud of her.
I thought, you know, Kennedy was going to give her the beaver off of that alone. I'm like, watch her give her
Right.
the beaver for that. Be like, you know
Just
what, bitch? Here.
facts.
Here.
But then it would have discredited all the growth she did. So I'm pretty sure Kennedy had that in the back of her mind, like, cause, like I would do something like that too, where it would be like, oh, you know, you grew, and I'm proud of your growth, and because I'm proud of your growth, this is your reward. But at the same time, I feel like that would be taking away from the lesson that you were learning. And this is me coming from a teacher space
Mm-hmm.
where, students grow. And for me to sit there and turn around and be like, okay, here's this gift of something that you legitimately earned, but I'm taking away your agency from it. You can't do that. They're
Mm-hmm.
never going to learn, even when they do learn, if you do that. So,
Now, with that being said, which one of these three would you have given the Golden Beaver to if Roxy St. James would have read the house down and won the challenge?
I still would have gave it to Alexis.
Yeah.
Because I would have gave it to Alexis because, one, I would be respecting Fierce's decision, and two, because I feel like I honestly feel like it was Eureka's time to go. Honestly,
Part of me wanted to see what was under that reveal for Alexis, especially now knowing what the lip sync song was. So part of me was like, I low key want to see it, but then again, if I was in the workroom seeing them get ready, I would have saw what it was anyway. Um, but yeah, with me, I think I would have saved Alexis because with me being American, I want to save an American, and I'm gonna save the American I like. So Alexis Mateo, it is, and I'm so glad that Kennedy did give it to Alexis Mateo. Because we get Fierce Delicious and Eureka to Hush Hush by the Pussycat Dolls. Canada, y'all got Pussycat Dolls money now? Y'all got Pussycat Doll money.
Pussycat Doll money. You Trojans shelling it out, man.
Baby, now they did the Avril Lavigne, but they've been doing some here recently. So, the coins have been growing. But y'all got the Pussycat Dolls. Now, granted, it was Hush Hush. I imagine Hush Hush is not as expensive as the other ones, but still, the Pussycat Dolls is still some coins.
Oh my god!
Hell, if they would have got honestly, Hush Hush, I was shocked when she said Hush Hush by the Pussycat Dolls. I'm like, Hush Hush by who? Who? The Pussycat Dolls. Oh my goodness.
Because they said hush hush, and I was thinking, the sisters, hush, hush.
But yeah, I was like, okay, come on, Pussycat Doll money. So I want to sing Fierce's praise because she did lip sync on her season once. But if you remember, me and you really weren't too impressed. Me and you really didn't think she won said lip sync. But baby, the growth between her season to now, baby, guess what? I was hushed during this whole lip sync. I couldn't say a word. I think you can tell by the screenshots how I felt about this lip sync.
She
Baby,
took some cues from Plastic Tiara.
Baby, when she took... Oh, I saw that. When she did that back bend into a slide on the ground, when the I Will Survive sample started, I was like, oh, bitch. Oh, and I don't want to discredit Eureka, because she did good, too.
All right.
But fierce.
Fierce turned it out.
Turned it all the way out, honey.
Fierce did her thing.
Baby, this shot right here, well, you can't see what shot I'm on, but the one where it looks like she's a big four, I love it. I love it so much. So the judges telepathically tell each other that the winner of the lip sync is Miss Fierce Delicious. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I agree too. Which means Eureka is eliminated. Like I said, felt a little bit bad, just hearing a bit of her story and all this other stuff. I'm still not her biggest fan.
Right.
But I will say I was a little sad watching her go. I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
And
those are like
I don't know how I would feel in her situation. Because you come off a situation where you were hurt your original season. You come back, you make the finale.
Right.
You go to All Stars, you make the
Yeah.
finale.
Yeah.
You come to Versus the World, you come in 6th place. Now, granted, it was a smaller cast, but it was just like, I know placements isn't everything, but I think I would feel some type of way. Not enough to where it would slow me down from me working or anything, but I'm like, damn, I went from 2 finales in a row to going to 6th place. Damn. That's okay. That means it means for me to come back again. You know, I've said this before. If I ever decide to step into the boots of drag, and if I ever decide to step into the world of Drag Race, because doing drag and going on Drag Race is 2 different things.
Completely different things.
2 completely different things. If I ever decide to bridge that gap as well and go into the world of Drag Race, y'all gonna be sick of me, because every time Rue makes my hotline bling, yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I know I would. I'll go. Yeah, I'm. Yeah. Yeah. When is it? Hold on, let me clear my schedule. When? Oh, okay. Yeah. Send me the list, honey. All right. Y'all think Jujubee came back too many times? Y'all gonna be sick of me, cause I'm coming in every franchise.
Jujubee came back too many times. I honestly kind of miss Jujubee.
Same. I want more Jujubee. But like y'all be sick of me, cause I'm coming for every franchise. Give me All Stars.
After that, which All Stars was it? What 6, 5, whichever one? The last one she was on.
UK versus the World.
Okay, no, the All Stars. All Stars.
That UK versus the World isn't All Stars, unless you're talking about RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars.
RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars.
Season 5.
Season 5, yeah. Because after that one, I was just like, oh yeah, I want more Jujubee.
I low-key wanted Jujubee to win All Stars 5. We remember this conversation.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, y'all be sick of me, because I'm coming for every franchise. Give me All Stars. Give me UK versus the World. Give me Canada versus the World. Hell, I'm going to go learn Spanish so I can do España All Stars. Shit, y'all. Supreme, you need me? Girl, I'm on my way, girl. Hold on. Let me stamp this passport. I'm on my way. Girl. Baby, I'll come in there not knowing Spanish. Y'all just tell me what I need to do in English, and then I'll give you what you want. Baby, y'all gonna be sick of me.
Spanish subtitles for you?
Y'all gonna be sick of me. Philippines versus the World. Hey, how y'all doing? Mabu, hey. Hey, how y'all doing down here? Mabu, hey, how y'all doing? What's up? Shoot. Y'all gonna be sick of me. Let me ever decide to step into the world. Y'all gonna be sick of me, okay? Sick of all of me, because I'm coming for every franchise. Everyone. Shoot. And I don't care if I've won. You want me to do UK versus the World? Hell yeah, I'm on my way. Shoot.
Let me pack my bags real quick.
Because no matter what.
Let's pass together.
Hold on. I'm gonna get it stamped. Yeah, I'm at the airport right now. How'd you know I was on my way? But yes, afterwards they start dancing like they didn't crush somebody's dreams, and we find out that next week they will be having Snatch Game, the musical. I'm intrigued by this. I'm like, are they doing the different character? Are they having to impersonate a celebrity while doing this musical? Are they going to be giving celebrities? Like, what's the tea? What's the tea? I needs to know. But hey, that's all I got. Anything you got? That's all you got? Okay. Well, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CreshaMcGill on all social media.
And you can find me in the club, pocket full of bud, mama. But if I'm not there, you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDSMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all later. Bye.